The room was eerily quiet except for the ticking clock. Anna stared at the divorce papers on the table, her trembling hands unable to sign them. 20 years, David, she whispered to the empty room. For what? A younger woman. Across town, David laughed in a dimly lit restaurant, holding hands with a woman half his age. But behind his confident smile, a storm of doubts brewed, ones he could not yet name. David had always been a man of plans. For years, his life with Anna was predictable but safe. That safety, however, began to feel suffocating as gray hairs appeared in his reflection. When Elise, a vibrant 25-year-old marketing assistant, entered his life, her charm was like a breath of fresh air. David convinced himself that Elise was his escape, his second chance at happiness. The divorce was finalized quickly, leaving Anna shattered and David basking in his new freedom. But freedom soon turned into chaos. Elisa's charm faded, replaced by a selfishness David hadn't noticed before. She ignored his stories, dismissed his concerns, and spent more time on her phone than with him. He missed Anna's quiet wisdom, the way she listened without judgment. One evening, David stumbled upon an old box of photos while Elise was out. Flipping through memories of family trips, birthdays, and quiet mornings with Anna, regret clutched his chest. He began to see the truth. It wasn't youth or beauty he longed for. It was connection, trust, the very things he had traded for an illusion. The real shock came weeks later when Elise's true intentions surfaced. David discovered she had been manipulating him, using his position to further her career. Betrayed and humiliated, David returned to the home he once shared with Anna, hoping for forgiveness. But the locks had changed, and through the window, he saw Anna laughing with another man. For the first time, David understood the full weight of his actions. Sometimes, the chase for what seems better blinds us to what we already have. And for David, the cost of his revelation was everything. David thought he'd found the perfect escape in Elise. For months, she captivated him with her youth, laughter, and her promise of a fresh start. In the aftermath of his divorce from Anna, he felt rejuvenated, like a man who had reclaimed his lost youth. He didn't think about the consequences. He didn't consider how quickly Elise's true nature would reveal itself. Weeks turned into months, and the cracks in their relationship began to show. Elise was quick to criticize, dismissing his quiet moments of reflection and focusing only on her own needs. She was always glued to her phone, chasing opportunities to advance her career. David felt the disconnection, but he ignored it, afraid to face the truth. One night, after a business dinner, David returned home to an empty apartment. Elise had gone out with friends. His mind wandered back to his life with Anna, how she had patiently listened to him and always knew when something was wrong. He pulled out the old photo album they had shared. Each picture stabbed at his heart. How could he have thrown that away? He soon discovered the depths of Elise's manipulation. She had been using him to advance her career, positioning herself in the right social circles. He felt betrayed and humiliated, but that wasn't the worst of it. Elise had told him she was looking for a partner, but she had always been looking for a stepping stone. Desperate, David called Anna, but she had already moved on. He realized, too late, that what he sought wasn't youth, it was respect and trust. But in the wreckage of his choices, he had lost both. David stood alone in the cold evening, watching as Anna laughed from her window. Her new life without him was a reminder of what he had willingly sacrificed. David returned to his empty apartment, the weight of his choices finally crashing down. Elise had already moved on to the next chapter of her life, one that no longer included him. As he stood by the window, watching the world go by, the truth was undeniable. He had lost something far greater than a fleeting relationship. He had lost trust, respect, and the very essence of what made his life meaningful. Anna, the woman he thought he had abandoned in pursuit of something better, was now happy with someone who valued her. David realized that in his search for youth and excitement, he had sacrificed the depth and stability that a real relationship brings. The painful lesson was clear. Sometimes, in our chase for novelty and thrill, we forget what truly matters. David would never get Anna back, but he vowed to change. The journey to self-realization was painful, but it was the only way forward. The lesson was learned too late, but it would shape the rest of his life. The chase for youth fades, but true love only grows stronger with time.